This is just a different order of magnitude. This is 10x the fastest ever thing we've ever seen. This is a game changer.
Today we have Real Vision CEO Raoul Pal giving us his updated prediction for crypto, why the coming cycle will be different, and what we can expect from the coming bull market that could explode in the last quarter of 2023. With crypto and technology being the biggest investments this year, Raoul Pal says that he's remaining bullish on digital assets after significantly increasing his position size during the last bear market. In a new interview with Coin Bureau, the former Goldman Sachs executive gives a portfolio update on which crypto assets have the biggest upside in the coming months, and why this year, more than ever, we'll see massive capital pouring into the space. With major pension funds and institutional investors on board for the coming cycle, Raoul Pal predicts that crypto is on track to be a $10 trillion digital asset class. Pal says that this cycle will separate itself from its predecessors, as devalued fiat currencies will push more adoption into the crypto market and bring in more capital than we've ever seen before. Also, we have just partnered with our friends over at Jamie Tree Finance, who have just launched a daily 5-minute crypto newsletter. It's a fantastic analysis of on-chain crypto data and breakdowns, and the best part, it's absolutely free. So to give out as much value to you as possible, we're sending out a 5-minute daily newsletter which will cover expert predictions, breakdowns of on-chain crypto data, and any breaking news that you need to know, all in a nutshell. Click the first link in the description and enter your email to join over 5,000 others in becoming a better crypto investor right now. Don't forget to share your thoughts and comments down below, and leave a like if you enjoy the content we do here. Let's get right into the video.
Solana, I think, is going to be the big story of this cycle of the main chains, because they're launching Firedancer or Jumpies, which is a different validator, which actually, I mean, believe it or not, is going to run at 600,000 to 1.2 million TPS. So this is the fastest thing by a long way. This is just a different order of magnitude. This is 10x the fastest ever thing we've ever seen. And it's not a layer 2, it's just Solana. So this is a game changer. It means the whole finance system can be built on it. It was designed by Jump Trading, who are high frequency traders who understand the latency and sheer capacity requirements for things like exchanges to run. I like the team at VanEck. I know them really well. Jan VanEck is a friend of mine. Their heart is in the right place. They understand what this whole system is about. And really what they're saying is, we understand that a futures ETF has less impact on the ecosystem than actual spot Ethereum ETF. So therefore, we just want to give something back to the spot market, because don't forget, if people are actually buying Ethereum and they were staking it and doing all of this stuff in spot, you've got a much more impact in the space. Because futures, yes, the arbitrageurs will try and keep the price in line. So it does create demand for actual Ethereum, but not necessarily as much demand, because people can just trade the futures themselves. So I think the VanEck team are really trying to do the right thing. And listen, it's bigger than all of us, and we need to allow others to participate and help shape it. If people want their bags to go up, well, they want the institutions to build in this space too. You know, if you want Ethereum to be worth $5 trillion, well, then you're going to need the finance system to use Ethereum for settlements and smart contracts and everything else to get there. So yeah, it's a good thing. The other thing about VanEck is they even have a hedge fund that just solely invests in crypto assets.
Okay.
So they're really in this space. I mean, they're properly in this space. They've got NFTs, they do everything. So they're really trying to put their best foot forward in the space and be good stewards of the space as well.
Is that going to be one of these catalysts that move us over from spring into summer?
It depends what price is doing, because had we launched a spot ETF in November last year, nobody would have bought it because the market was going down, or it was feeling terrible. But as the market is recovering and we're in spring, and normally the Q4 is a strong quarter, if you introduce spot Bitcoin and spot ETH ETFs into a rising market, you will start to suck in the investment advisors, the individuals who found it too complicated to hold their own wallets and do all of that kind of stuff. So it really depends what the market is doing. But I think on balance, it's positive, but really it'll show up in 2024, 2025 when the cycle's fully underway. It just makes an easy way for people who are not used to the digital side of things to just use equities and get their exposure. So yeah, look, overall, longer term, it's very positive. It's just yet another on-ramp. Short term, depends what the price is doing. Price is strong, we'll get a bit of a panic in from the investment advisors and stuff like that. From the work that I've done, if I look at the rate of change of the adoption, the active addresses, it should hit 1 billion this cycle. So what is that? How do we get there? I don't know. But there's a lot of things that people don't even know about, like Ticketmaster has issued 30 million NFTs. People don't realize that. So that was 30 million people who weren't crypto people, but because their Ticketmaster wallet, where they get their tickets for games and shows, they just drop NFTs into them. So, I don't know how we're going to onboard the billion, but it feels like it's coming. It could even be, dare I say it, CBDCs. If somebody launches one, it could be from India, where they're working on their CBDC. So there's a lot of different avenues that will create the billion people.
Embracing an unyielding enthusiasm for the crypto realm, Raoul confidently predicts that explosive growth is looming on the horizon, as BlackRock and many other crypto giants are doing just that. Pal reassures that a long-expected surge awaits, leading up to the highly anticipated 2024 halving event for Bitcoin.
Look, layer 2s are cheaper, faster. So that works. So, Polygon, Arbitrum, all of that stuff, that probably works very well. And so I think we will see ongoing adoption of those. Only some of the value accrues to ETH because they batch transactions. So they take a whole bunch and then it goes onto the ETH chain. So you're using kind of one ETH slot for a lot of other slots. So it has an impact on ETH. It's good. More people are building on ETH. So that's great. I think that continues. Solana, I think, is going to be the big story of this cycle of the main chains because they're launching Fire Dancer or Jump-Is, which is a different validator, which actually, I mean, believe it or not, is going to run at 600,000 to 1.2 million TPS. So this is the fastest thing by a long way. Considering Solana and Polygon are the two fastest chains at 65,000 TPS, and Sui should be about 120,000, but yet to get there. This is just a different order of magnitude. This is 10x the fastest ever thing we've ever seen. And it's not a layer 2, it's just Solana. So this is a game changer. It means the whole finance system can be built on it. It was designed by Jump Trading, who are high frequency traders who understand the latency and sheer capacity requirements for things like exchanges to run. So I think Solana is a very big story. We're seeing a lot of activity there. Then I don't know what the new Solana will be, but we're seeing a lot of interest both in gaming. Oh, I've got my reactions coming up for some reason. Both in gaming and also in zero knowledge stuff. And there's also DeFi. So I don't know. It becomes really hard to know which is the big area. But those are the three I hear a lot. But I tend not to go that far out the risk curve just because it's difficult to choose the right thing, But, you figure that if the space is going up, then Bitcoin and ETH will do well and Solana will do well. Solana's got this extra kicker, which is, I think, potentially a game changer. So I think that's probably the layer one that does, the big layer one that does the best in the cycle. Then we've got the kind of Aptos and Suis and those kind of things. Let's see how they do, what traction they get. The layer 2s will be interesting. And then these other kind of applications, as I said. I think we've all learned not to give price expectations anymore because, hey, this is my best guess knowing what I know today. But generally speaking, if ETH does what Bitcoin did last cycle, then it's 3 to 4 times the high of the previous cycle. Mm-hmm. So therefore, that kind of yardstick gives us 15,000 plus. That doesn't sound unreasonable. That's a 10x from here. That's possible. That would be within the realms of normality. And then something like Bitcoin, maybe it does slightly less because it's a more mature ecosystem, and something like Solana would do significantly more. So that's how I think about it. I think the overall space can go from $1 trillion today to maybe 10 trillion at the peak of the next cycle. So that's a 10x for the whole space, possibly. Could be a 5x, but it's something of that magnitude. If we're right in our hypothesis that more and more people will use blockchain technology for underlying use cases. If that's the case, yeah.
Pal's analysis brings attention to the liquidity cycle as a valuable indicator for understanding debasement, signifying a shift in the market's direction. He identifies a crucial turning point in June, where his weekly liquidity index hit its lowest mark. This prompted him to focus on purchasing Ethereum. Pal also acknowledges the divergence between liquidity and asset prices, emphasizing that during bull cycles driven by adoption and speculation, cryptocurrencies tend to outperform liquidity measures. Based on his findings, Raoul Pal strongly advocates for the strategic investment in cryptocurrencies, specifically highlighting Bitcoin and Ether as promising assets. He sees them as assets that surpass the performance of traditional financial institutions' balance sheets and provide a means of protection against currency debasement and the inherent flaws of the current financial system. What is your opinion on Raoul Pal's claim that investing in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ether serves as a smart hedge against currency debasement? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content just like this. We'll see you in the next video.